Hey folks, you know me, I'm Jeff Snyder, better known as Captain Jeff. Hey folks, I'm Captain Jeff from the Boss Hogg Radio Network.
I'll put that noise in a second.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'm also here doing a little bit of talking with some of my friends.
Hi.
Jimmy Backrow.
How you doing?
Known you for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of life issues lately.
A little bit of life issues, yeah. I'm advanced stage 4 rectal colon cancer. It's in my liver, it's in my lungs, it's in my bones, it's in my stomach, prostate, and other enemies. Not enemies, forgive me. You know what I'm talking about.
Of course. So do we call you Captain Cancer?
Okay.
No, we won't do that.
We're superhero.
It's Captain Cancer! Of course, you know, we make light of this, Jimmy, because you and I have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff we talk about is a jest and it's fun.
If you don't laugh, you cry.
Exactly. A little background for everybody here. Jimmy Backrow has been a DJ with me at Boss Hogg for 3 years. Many years before that at Boss Hogg, before I even came around.
Right.
And before that, he's going to tell us about all his cool DJ stuff. But we're here to celebrate you today. This is your day. We're here to celebrate you and your life. And unfortunately, the sad part is that you're probably not going to be around much longer.
No, I don't know exactly what kind of time frame, but there's no way I'm making it a year, that's for sure.
Well,
Matter of fact, I'm heading, I was too sick to go to chemo today.
Okay.
And I might not be doing that anymore. We're talking to the doctor next Monday about end-of-life care.
Okay.
That's what I'm staring down the barrel of, which means morphine, more or less.
You know what? You and I have talked about that before, and that's a decision that you didn't make any snap decisions. I know that.
No.
I've watched you a long time, Jimmy. I've watched you go through this process, and I'm really impressed with the way you've handled it. I've never seen. I'm sure it's tougher than I know, but I've never seen you show any weakness, which is kind of cool to me.
Well, when faced with such a thing, you just have to deal with it, that's all. And let's face it, nobody gets out of this world alive.
Sure.
We all got to die at some point in time. I have lived a very full life. I don't have an awful lot of anything on my bucket list as far as things that I wanted to do while I was still here. I've been very fortunate in that I've pretty much done my own thing in my own time for the vast majority of my life, which is, brought some hardships, but at least I've been free, and that's freedom means a lot more to me than the 9-to-5 grind, having a big paycheck or whatever. I just never was that kind of guy. Radio for, off and on 40 years now.
Yeah.
Although it's a lot more off and on, you know how this business goes.
Oh yeah. Well, I know you did become a millionaire making records spin. We don't do that.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Definitely not any money there.
Although I used to work with a guy years ago that did have $1 million a year contract.
Well, none of us are Howard Stern, I guess.
Neil Rogers.
Oh wow, that's great. I know Neil. Yeah.
Board op for him a few times.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been a cab driver. I was over the road truck driver. I've been all over the U.S. The only place I missed was San Francisco, and I would have got out of my fat butt about the truck and walked about 3 blocks that way. I could claim San Francisco as well. But
so close.
Yeah,
so
close enough. Yeah.
Close enough. You can see it.
Yeah.
So I've got some questions.
Right.
I've had these that I thought about. I've been working on this all week because I want to ask real questions that talk about Jimmy. Talk about Jimmy's philosophy and how Jimmy wants to be known in the afterlife. And
Sure.
Honestly, this is something we'll probably be doing for a lot of different people. This is a neat thing. So, what was your favorite memory from your time as a DJ?
I'm going to have to say the pirate station that I set up with about 200 feet of wire going through the swamp that I almost set on fire. That was fun.
Nice.
You didn't hear me say pirate radio.
It won't matter.
Yeah. Actually, working at this station has been an absolute blast. I love it here. I've had the most amount of freedom I've ever had. So my best times as far as being a jocko, I can say, have been 5 years I've been involved with this station.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I have to agree with you. Boss Hogg Radio treats us like family.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, very, very much so.
Yeah.
They have done nothing but support me this entire time.
Oh yeah, and they've been phenomenal. I've watched that. It's incredible. So, how did music shape your life and shape who you are today?
Well, my folks found out an easy way to keep me out of their hair and keep me quiet. They slapped a pair of headphones on my head when I was about 2 years old. I actually have a photograph someplace of me in diapers, big old pair of 1970s headphones on, and my hand, well, never mind where my hand was, let's just say not an awful lot has changed.
Oh boy. Exactly.
And I found that no matter what it is you go through in life, it's always been there for me. And not to get too morose, but before Christmas of 1980, my father bought this Monkey Ward stereo. Had the 8-track and a cassette and a tuner and a turntable on top of it and all that good stuff. Put it away in a closet at my grandmother's house and said, "Look, stay out of that closet. I got something for you in there." And Christmas rolls by, and I didn't realize that wasn't it. About a month after Christmas, a lady ran a red light and killed him on his motorcycle. So that stereo was one of the cementing factors. He gave me a gift that is far beyond just the thing itself. No matter what happens in life, no matter how bad things are, I've always been able to just put on some music and escape the world for a while. It's my means of escape. And I've also so obsessed with it that I found that I speak better through lyrics than anything I could ever say myself.
I've heard your knowledge of music, which is vast and intense. Makes me feel bad for myself sometimes because you have called me out more than once on my little mistakes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. I think it's funny. So music is your driving force. What song? Do you have a song or an album that specifically comes to mind?
I can't do it. There's too much out there. And I've thought long and hard about that one over the years. I just can't. There's way too much to choose from. There's hundreds of thousands of songs out there. I can't go. I like Joe Satriani. I like Steely Dan. I like the Doobies. I like Funkadelic. I like everything, more or less. I'm not a big country music fan, but other than that.
And we play that here. It's fun.
I got them down to about 1 hour, though.
There you go. So have you ever had a time when your music, when you're DJing, has brought anything like a special joy to someone else's life?
I'd like to think so. I can't really pinpoint something, but I'm sure that I've done something over the years that moves people. I mean, that's the entire idea behind doing such a thing. Any not to be so grandiose, but any art form, the purpose behind it is to get some reaction, make people feel something or move them in some way, and I hope I've been able to accomplish that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You moved me.
Thank you.
I've listened to your show a lot, and when I got hurt, one of the things that I remember is you wished me well on the air, and you wished I told everybody Captain Jeff would be back, and
sure.
That meant more to me than you'll ever know. It really did, because I was having trouble grounding myself at the time with this injury,
right.
And you helped it. You really did.
Right,
so
thank you.
I want you to know that if you have a hard concrete person that you've changed that helped them out a little bit, I'm one of them.
Well,
and that's one of the reasons I'm so glad to be here with you.
Well, thank you, man.
So what's your most rewarding part of being a DJ?
The audience, the amazing contact I have with these people. I actually have some of my listeners I think of as friends, and they are my friends. When I say brothers and sisters, which is my spiel, I mean it, man. They're all, everybody out there is my brothers and sisters, and I love them to death.
Love it. Absolutely love that. So, what's your most toughest challenge that you've overcome?
Well, early on, just simple fear of being on the air. I started, I think my first air shift, I was just a kid,
okay.
And it scared me to death. Because you got this microphone in front of you and you don't know where it's going and all that other kind of good stuff. But other than that, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah, you've definitely overcome that challenge for sure.
Yeah.
Who has anybody actually been a specific source of inspiration for you? Anybody that you can name?
Oh, Joe Don, WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. I did overnights on a big 50,000 watt flamethrower from midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning on weekdays. Greaseman out of Jacksonville. I remember being about 7 or 8 years old. My father brought me to the Big Ape, WAP 690 up in Jacksonville Studios, and I met Cleveland Wheeler,
Nice.
who showed me around the station and stuff. So, yeah, lots of inspiration. Wolfman Jack, of course. I could do this all day long.
Wolfman, yeah, we gotta love Wolfman.
Uncle Neil Rogers, Bob Lassiter. I could. We better stop that because we'll be doing this for an hour and a half.
So a bunch of them, yeah, I get that, and I understand where you're coming from, because when I listen to you DJ, I can hear a lot of inspiration from different sources.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because you've taken a bunch of different ways of doing this art, is what I call it, and you've really made it into your own, but you've made such an impact that you can tell that you really put your whole effort into it.
It's what I dig. It's my purpose in life. I tell you, when I was laid up in the hospital, I was, especially the first time around, I was about that far away from being on my deathbed. We had sepsis and the whole 9 yards. Matter of fact, I went through sepsis twice. And I had to determine whether I was going to try to stay alive longer or just let things go. And the reason why I decided to postpone for as long as I could was so I could get back on the radio. You know, I didn't want to leave those people out there hanging. I wanted to let them know what was going on with me, and I've always been as open and honest with them as I possibly can be. But it's my love of this business and what I do that's kept me alive as long as I have been. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have done the chemo.
You've definitely shown us what real dedication to a craft is. We know that. That's incredible. So what are you most proud of in your entire life? Everything you've done, anything that really sticks out?
I'm not a really prideful kind of cat.
This is very true. That I do know about you.
Yeah. As far as pride in that, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest with you. Sorry to leave you hanging like that.
Not at all. Not at all. These, like I said, I'm glad. I wanted to give you these answers first, but I'm glad you didn't look at them.
No, I don't.
Because I like this. These aren't easy questions, but they're questions I want to. It helps me form my whole Jimmy experience.
Sure.
I like that, Jimmy experience. So, someone else going through a tough time. This is for you, is a really tough time, and I'm sure you've had some tough times in the past.
Sure.
What advice would you give to somebody who's new at this, doesn't really know how to deal with a tough time, in general?
You're going to get through it.
Okay.
You know, whatever it is, it's not as bad as what's going on inside your head. Better times to come. I was at the lowest point of my life before I got here, and then all of a sudden had everything I ever wanted basically handed to me on a silver platter. Nice. If it can happen to me, it can happen to you too.
I love it.
So hang in there.
All right.
Hey, at least you're not dead. How's that?
Well, and if you are, you live a good life.
Yeah, but you're not watching this video now, are you?
Well,
at least I don't think so.
I will be honest with you. I didn't sleep last night.
Really?
This is a tough interview for me.
All right.
Because I care about you.
Thank you.
And I know that one day we're not going to be around.
This is true.
And it's going to be tough to play this video after you pass. But I'm going to do it because I believe in you. I believe in Jimmy Backrow. I believe that you are someone who stepped up to life and said, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to do it, and then did it.
Did it, yes.
And did it. You didn't let people go, yeah, you shouldn't do that, or you can't do that. You just did what you're going to do.
Right.
That's impressive. A lot of people cannot do that. Most people cannot do that. They don't have that kind of fortitude that Jimmy Backrow had.
Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you and tell you that it's been a hard road sometimes. I mean, it hasn't always been to my benefit.
Oh, yeah. That's all right.
But at least I did get to do my own thing in my own time, which is important to me.
Yeah. So is there a particular moment that stands out as a turning point for you in your life?
Ooh, heavy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Probably taking off down the road for the first time. I was 18 years old, had a couple bucks in my pocket, and just the freedom to just go. Went up and down the Florida coast, all over the place. Hopped from motels to motels to motel kind of thing, and just had myself a good time. And I think that was a major turning point for me.
Okay.
And being here, just winding up here was a major turning point for me as well.
It's a good one. You doing okay?
I'm doing the best I can, bro.
Okay. Can I get you anything? Do you need anything? Do you want to take a break or something?
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
I'm all right. Might need to get some water or something later on.
Okay. So we're halfway through this. I mean, it's...
Yeah, no worries.
So how do you find strength during these really hard moments? Because you've been through some hard moments. So we've talked about that in the past. And without getting deep into that,
Right.
How do you find the strength sometimes?
Tomorrow's another day. Be it bad, be it good. Tomorrow's another day. It's going to come around whether you want it to or not.
All right.
So.
I like that. Any regrets?
Actually, not much. I wish I would have eaten more healthy.
Okay. No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you scared the hell of me when you say that, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like
I've always eaten garbage. You know what I mean? About,
Yeah.
you know, whatever it is, and that's probably what caused the cancer. I kind of wish I hadn't have done that.
Can I cut that out of the interview?
If you want to.
No, you're right. You're actually right on target with that. We don't. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, something. Over 40 years old, go get yourself a colonoscopy. If I would have had a colonoscopy, I wouldn't be sitting here dying right now.
Okay, that's good to know because I've gotten my colonoscopy and listen to Jimmy.
Yeah, please.
Listen to Jimmy. Wow, thank you. That's a big thing. That's a big message because people don't think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to wind up in my shoes, that's for sure.
But if I do wind up in your shoes, Jimmy, I hope I lived a half a damn good life as you did.
I bet you have.
I probably have,
You've
but I've been
got
trying.
lots of interesting stuff in your background, too. Don't fool yourself.
It's all what we take with us.
This man was on SAG down in Miami, I'll have you
A
know.
little bit there. Had some fun.
Right?
But we all have different experiences.
Sure.
We all have ups and downs and struggles and greatness and all that kind of stuff. All right. So what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
Boy, that's a tough one to answer.
Woohoo! I'm gonna get you. I told you it ain't gonna be easy.
I don't know.
Okay.
Not to be so vague.
You don't have to
honestly-
know.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
That's kind of up to the individual, I think. I hope I've made a positive impact on people's lives.
I think you have. In fact, I know you have.
Like, I remember years ago, my father died. Somebody came around, I think it was a preacher of some kind, sat down and talked to me, and he said something that stuck with me all these years. He says, people never really completely go away. When you're dead, you're not necessarily gone. The reason being is everybody that you've made contact with, they have memories of you, and you've made an impact on their lives. Thus, they live inside of you. The only really unfortunate thing about death is you can't make new memories. That's what it's really all about. But as long as people remember you, you know, and you're still here in a strange way, perhaps, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, you'll definitely be here for a while after you're gone, because I'm gonna be here and I'll never forget you. You're one of those people that I'll never forget.
Oh, thank you.
You have a unique view on life, which I really like. I like the way you face life and you just do it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, what lessons have you learned from this journey of life that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, do the best you can to do your own thing in your own time. Don't worry about not having the big house and the fancy car and all that other jive. Do what it is that makes you happy in life. Because you're only going to be here for a while, and it's going to come to an end. So don't waste your time. Got a dream? Go after it. I got my dream. You can have yours too.
That's incredible. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's moving.
Thank you.
That's wow. Wow, Jimmy, you're a deep guy. I didn't know you were as deep. We've talked over smoking cigarettes and sitting outside the booth before and about music. I didn't know how deep. Wow, but Jimmy, check you out.
Scary thought, isn't it?
It's awesome. So, how did your experiences shape your view of the world?
Simple exposure to different people in different places in the country. I'm one of these people that I'll talk to you like I've known you for 100 years, no matter who you are, kind of thing. And it's changed my perspective on, you know, this nation and the people in it. I've never been outside of the country. But yeah, the people I've met along the way have definitely made an impact on me for sure, including yourself, by the way.
I appreciate that. So, what dreams or goals did you achieve in life that you thought once were impossible?
I'm doing it right now.
I have to agree. I've never seen you happier. And it's funny, Jimmy, I haven't seen you happier. You're in a different state.
Yeah.
But you're in I like your views on this. So how do you stay motivated through all this? And we'll just call it crap, because it's crap.
I don't sometimes. There are times where I just lay in bed because I don't have the energy or whatever. I've missed several airships because I just, I wasn't up for it. It wasn't feeling good enough to do it. So I do the best I can and do as much as I can. And that's pretty much all I can do. I've learned to accept that.
It's impressive.
I'm sorry for the audience. If you're one of my regular listeners and I'm not on, I apologize, but I'm really doing the best I can.
I think they understoed.
Yeah. They know what's going on.
They know.
I've laid everything on the line.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, on my airships, I've constantly, probably half my calls are, how's Jimmy?
Yeah.
And it's true, because
thank you.
You've made an impact, and these people appreciate it, and they understand. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So what impact do you hope your story will have on other people?
Go get a colonoscopy.
He's not lying.
No. Yeah. I mean, not to get on that soapbox, but seriously, go get yourself checked out. Don't worry, it's not the old days. You're not going to cram a Sony Betamax up there or anything. It's not that bad.
And if they do, you're sleeping anyways.
Yeah, true.
I love sleeping through mine. So, can you share a moment when you felt truly happy and content? Is there something that happened, either you made it happen or something in your life that made you just feel so blissfully content, whether it's still around or not? Is there anything like that?
That I can see on the air?
Yes. You know what? Yes, you can. This is YouTube. You can say pretty much what. And if you curse, I'll just bleep it.
All right.
And yes, if it's dirty, tell me. I don't care.
Yeah, there's been a lot of them. Having my freedom when I was a young man and traveling around, being out west and seeing those wide open spaces that just seem to go on and on forever is heavy. Out of all bizarre things, there is this place called McFurthest. And the reason why it's called McFurthest is because it's as far away as you can get from a McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
So it's out in the middle of it, absolutely, positively nowhere. So I stopped and got myself some McDonald's and headed out to McFurthest with my tent and waited out there at night, ate my McDonald's, and the place is so isolated that you can see everything up in the sky. People don't know, and unless you're someplace where there isn't a whole bunch of light pollution, you have no idea what it is that you can see up there. And I just remember laid back and staring up at the sky in total amazement.
Nice. That sounds like pure bliss to me.
So McFurthest out of all.
Unless you don't get bit by a snake or something.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's awesome. McFurthest. What state was that?
Just over the California line into Nevada.
Okay. Good to know.
Out in the middle of nothing.
I like it.
A whole bunch of nothing.
Matter
of fact, on top of that, you got to walk off the road about 1.5 miles to reach the central point. And you can tell because people leave their little toys out of the Happy Meals.
Oh, really?
Stuff up there. So there's
cool.
There's signs of it.
Huh.
Now the spot might have changed since I was there. That was 30 years ago.
Maybe they built one else, but that's wild. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah. Let alone going out there. Wow.
It's called not having a life.
No, it's called having a good life. Actually, doing what, like you said, doing what you want, doing what makes you happy. A lot of people couldn't do that. A lot of people just can't. They can't break away from the corporate or the parental or whatever to live on their own.
Oh, I also did the Route 61 thing through the Cradle of the Blues, Mississippi. I stood at the crossroads with the guitar at midnight. And of course, naturally, it's nonsense anyway, but I figured I'd give it a shot.
Still fun.
Visited Robert Johnson's grave, even though we're not really sure if it's him or not. It's mysterious for sure. Yeah, I've been all over the place. I could go on like this for a long time as far as like moments of bliss or whatever.
Kind of why we're here.
Yeah.
All right. Ready for some tough questions?
Hit me.
You afraid to die?
No.
Okay. Can you
No.
tell me why? You don't have to share, but I'm not asking you to share anything you don't feel comfortable with.
I just know that I have to accept it, so there's no sense in being afraid of the what's going to happen, regardless of if I wanted to or not. Okay. The thing that concerns me is just simply not existing anymore, as far as everything's shutting down. Debating whether I should get into this or not.
Please, I would like you to get.
But
I'd like you to get into it.
The only thing that kind of bothers me a little bit is the idea of some kind of eternal afterlife bothers me a little bit. That is a concern, because I can't, no matter what it is or how good it's supposed to be or anything else, the very idea of something that never ends ever is not a good thing in my brain, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that's not the case.
Jimmy, I completely understand. When I was a kid, the only thing that would make me literally cry was if someone mentioned the universe and it never ended.
Yeah.
Because my brain cannot accept
a
never ending. And I understand where you're coming from. Who knows?
I'll find out.
We're going to find out. We're both going to find out.
I wish I could report back to you, but it ain't going to happen.
I wish you could too.
And by the way, if anybody comes around telling you that they can talk to me after I'm dead, punch them in the face, would you?
I will. I will.
And I'm serious. I'm not a violent man, but the charlatan thing, man, there's nothing worse than taking advantage of somebody's grief.
I completely understand that. And this is why, when I put this out, it will be done in an extremely respectful way. It will be done to honor Jimmy Backrow.
I knew you were going to do harm, man. I know you were going to do harm.
But I mean, I want you to know that this is probably one of the most important things I've done in a long time, because
talking to a disc jockey.
Yeah, no, talking to Jimmy Backrow.
Okay.
Because Jimmy Backrow is a fascinating person.
Well, thank you.
And I hate, I'll be honest, I hate the fact that you're leaving us. But I think I hate it more than you do.
You might be right.
Because honestly, and I don't know, everyone looks at things differently.
Look.
But I think the one who's going to suffer of the two of us is me. Because I'm stuck back here thinking about it.
Yeah.
And you're
sorry, man.
Don't be sorry. It is what it is. Like you said, it's inevitable. It's happened.
Lived a very rich, fulfilling life.
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad. So, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen when you die?
Well, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen from that point of view. I've donated my corpse to medical science, so they're going to come pick me up and dissect me and check it out, and maybe it'll do some good.
No, but what happens to Jimmy Backrow?
I cease to be.
Okay.
I live on within you. I live on within, my friends and things of that nature. I don't have much family left. They're all gone, unfortunately. Right. I'm going to be the last of my real last name. But that's all right. All right.
Do you want to give that name?
No.
Okay.
I'd rather not.
I understand.
Just for the sake of privacy.
I completely understand. Looking back, would you have changed anything?
No. Other than the eating healthy. No.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
You've lived a hell of a life.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have got the cancer, but there's nothing I could do about it. Would I have changed anything in the past? No. So again, food perhaps being better to my body.
I get that.
But too little, too late now.
Final question.
Yeah.
There's actually two questions. I'm gonna put it into one.
Not a worry.
Because the first question is, hold on, folks, we're doing this outside because it's nice. We're outside the studio today. It's beautiful out, other than the flies, and we're having fun, enjoying the fresh air. But that unfortunately has noises outside, which we cut out. It says, what message would you like to give to your loved ones? And the other one is, how do you want to be remembered? I'm going to put those together. How do you want to be remembered by your listeners and by those whose lives you have impacted?
Well, first off, I'd like to just thank everybody for being so kind, decent, and good to me over the years. As far as how I will be remembered, it's kind of up to the individual, I think. You get to make up your own mind on that one. I'm not going to program anything into anybody's head. You feel about it how you want to feel about it.
Okay.
You know, leave it up to them.
I'm gonna be sad, but I'm a sad person.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. I get it. I ain't exactly thrilled this is gonna happen. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I hope not.
No, I'm just accepting of it. Just accept it because I have no choice in the matter. So why not?
Yeah. Sorry about the train, folks, but trains go by just like everything else does around here.
Right.
It is what it is. Anything else you want to just? This is Jimmy time. What does Jimmy want to say to be remembered, have a legacy? What do you want to say?
Get a colonoscopy.
Okay.
Sorry, not
Get a
keep doing it.
Hey,
keep doing it over and over.
I think that's a great thing to talk about.
And by the way, something if you're so inclined, by all means, donate your body to medical science. Okay. They need people to check out the doctors coming up in the world, and who knows, it might be your corpse that leads to the cure for cancer or something. You never know. And the more they have, the more good they can do with it. I mean, what else you gonna do? Rot away in the ground, get set on fire. You may as well just do something useful with your body.
Yeah.
Try and help humanity out a little bit. And me, with the cancer, the way I figured is, hey, they get a cancer patient. Maybe they can figure something out. You know what I mean? Maybe they can figure something out.
Jimmy, that's very noble of you.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it is. Even at this point in your life, you're just thinking about other people.
Well, wouldn't you want to do something to
Not
make
everybody
the world a better
does.
place?
I would. But that's why I'm interviewing you, because not everybody would.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's a lot of people that would be like, if I'm out of here, I'm just out of here. No, you're not doing that.
Stick a soup bone in me, let dogs drag me off. That's what my grandmother used to say. Actually,
wait. What was that again?
stick a soup bone. I'm editing this heavily. Stick a soup bone in me and let the dogs drag me off.
Love it. And don't edit it. Now tell me what that was without editing it.
Stick a soup bone in my ass and let the dogs drag me off.
Love it. And your grandma said that?
Yeah, and
Nice.
she also very much said, and something that I would like as well, to bury me with a deck of cards because I want to get in on the game.
Nice.
And I keep having these dreams.
Okay.
I wake up, I'm in a house that no longer exists, and surrounded by all the people that I've known in my life that have passed on. And that's been occurring for about a year now. So I had a funny feeling what was coming up on me.
Okay. Do you feel like it's a premonition?
I don't know. If that is what happens, it would be a good thing, I suppose.
Okay.
Maybe that is the deal when I'm gone. I don't know.
Maybe.
But anyway, bury what's left of me with a deck of cards, would you?
I will. I
gonna
will
get in on the game.
make sure that happens.
All right.
We're gonna have a Jimmy Backrow Memorial Poker game, and then we're gonna finish it and chuck them on in there.
Right.
Say, all right, Jimmy, your turn.
I'm probably going to go on Lake Morton. Although I did tell our GM in there to maybe put a little bit of me underneath the WWAB tower.
Nice. That's why it's going to go down all the time.
Right, yeah, it'll attract more lightning. Yeah.
So every time the station goes out, I can just yell, "Damn you, Jimmy!" Okay,
Must have played something I didn't like. Once radio, always radio. It gets into your blood and it never lets go.
Well, I hope that Popsicle Toes is not...
He freaks out over Michael Frank's Popsicle Toes. I have no idea why this is such a trip for him.
I'm hoping that I don't get copyright strikes for that one.
Are you going to actually play it?
Because I'm playing that bad boy.
Go ahead.
I am playing that because I think it's just... The reason behind Popsicle Toes is when I first came to this station, I had been here a little bit, and then Jimmy moved over from a different station over here within the same radio network.
Right.
And I walked in, and the first thing I heard was Popsicle Toes.
You're like, who the hell is this guy, and what is he playing?
That's exactly what I said. Who the hell is this guy, and what is he playing? And then I started to learn the Jimmy Backrow way of enjoying eclectic music.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, you have turned me on to more songs, albums, artists
That is my purpose.
that I have ever done in my life.
Thank you.
So I am literally living proof that you've touched somebody.
Yeah.
Because I listen to different music now than I used to.
Not lately, because nothing works anymore. But
Well, that's okay. That's all right. We still have fun doing it. Jimmy,
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
I love you like a brother.
Love you too, man.
I'm sad that things are where they're at, but I'm happy that you have such a great attitude about this.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate the interview. And thank you for
I'm
the folks out there.
honored to do this for you.
All right.
Not only have you given me inspiration throughout my life, the last 3 years have been pretty crazy with you. It's been a lot of fun talking to you.
Thank you.
I look forward to our Monday night chats. I always have. You've also taught me some things about life, and hopefully these things will transfer to the people that are out there.
I hope so.
I really do. It's a good thing. My friend, what else can I say? Jimmy Backrow.
Adios.
Jimmy Backrow,
Amigo.
king of the radio, in my humble opinion.
Stick a fork in my ass and flip me over because I'm done.
Stick a
a
fork
good one,
in
guys.
his ass and flip him over. He's done. All right, my friends. See you soon.